Hi Aquarius, welcome to September. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. So this month, let's see what's happening. We've got Venus moving into Virgo on September 6th. We have a full moon in Pisces on the 10th. And right after that, Mercury goes retrograde from Libra back into Virgo. And then we have a new moon in Libra, which is favorable to your sign, on September 25th. So let's see what the cards say for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know about love and relationships for September 2022? What is going on with Aquarius? What's going on with Aquarius? What does Aquarius need to know about love and relationships for September 2022? Okay, let's see what we get. Ten of Cups, the Devil, the Eight of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Fool, the Empress, the Ten of Pentacles. This is looking good. The Four of Swords, and the King of Wands. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the World. So this is looking great. Okay. Ten of Cups is like, this is the love card. I mean, this is the ultimate love card, where it's not just, I mean, you're surrounded by love. The Devil card is crossing it, so there's also a lot of passion. The Devil represents, I mean, you could be dealing with someone that you feel really passionate about. You feel like it's hard to break free from this relationship. It's very compelling. You know, there's a lot of sexual energy, a lot of chemistry. So but you have the Ten of Cups here too. So it's not just sex. It's also, you're connecting on multiple levels. Now, sometimes the Devil, this is like your crossing card, so it's the obstacle. The only thing that's standing in your way could be some type of addiction or some type of obsession that you're dealing with. So that could be that you're either dealing with something within yourself, or it could be a partner that, like, even though you really love each other, you may be attracting, there's some toxic elements or some codependent kind of elements in the relationship that you have to work on. And it could revolve around or involve some type of addiction, drugs, alcohol. And if it's not that, it could even just be obsession, or it could be fear. Sometimes the Devil can represent fear of overwhelm, fear of losing yourself in the relationship. So you could be like, wow, I'm with this person, I really care about them, I'm really falling. But I don't want to lose my sense of self in this relationship. I feel like I'm merging with someone, and that's like scaring me. So that could be some of the energy. You have the Eight of Wands in the past. This is a card of movement, journey by air, things happening quickly. So you could have met someone, or the feelings are developing quickly. Especially if you just recently met someone, started a relationship. It's like love at first sight kind of energy, where you meet someone and you're like, wow, you're amazing, you know, and you're just falling. And it could be because it's happening so quickly, you could be afraid of it. Like, is this real? When's the other shoe going to drop? You got the Three of Cups, so this is a card of friendship, parties, celebration. Sometimes it could be a birth, or it could be like an engagement even, or just it's a social card. And you're surrounded by, so it could be that you met someone through friends, or you're at a party or at some kind of gathering. It also means like support, like you have people around you that are very supportive of you. So if I feel like you've been kind of in the hermit mode, you might be coming out of that. The World card is a card of, it's completing a cycle. You know, you might have just recently completed something, and you're starting something new, because you have the World card, which is the end, and you have the Fool card, which is a new beginning. So maybe you ended something in your life. It could have been a relationship, or it could even be a career thing. Something has come to completion, something has ended, and now you're getting ready to move to the next level. So if you're in a relationship, it could mean that you're wanting to take it to the next level. That, okay, now I'm falling in love. I think this person's right for me. Now I have to decide, do I want to move it to the next level? Do we want to commit? Do we want to go exclusive? What do we want to do? And you might be thinking, I'm going to give up, like especially if you were dating, because sometimes the Three of Cups can mean like a third party thing, like where somebody's choosing between two people or multiple people. Maybe you're deciding, you know what, this is the person I want, and I want to let go of any other options. Because this is a fading influence. It's something that has influence, but it's now fading. Now, coming up in the future, this is you have two cards that are a little bit difficult, but for the most part, this reading is positive. The Five of Pentacles is instability when it comes to finances, so you might be struggling thinking about money, financial security. Maybe you're not feeling secure financially, you're not sure. And the other way it comes up is sometimes, like the Five of Pentacles can mean someone feeling like they're out in the cold, they're cut off from loved ones. So some of you may feel like you want to reach out to someone, but you're feeling like, I have nothing to offer them. Like they wouldn't accept, as if, like you're thinking like I'm not good enough for them, or they wouldn't accept me. Even though there's a lot of love here. You got the Ten of Cups. That's true love. It's pure love. But for some reason, you may be feeling a little insecure about this relationship. Like you're not on the same level financially or something. But I think it's more your own inner insecurities than a real blockage. I think that the person you're involved with really probably cares. It's just your own insecurities. They're saying, wow, this person's got it all together. I feel like I don't. So I don't know if I can approach them. I don't know if they're out of my league or something like that. But you have the Fool here, which is you're on the edge of a brand new beginning. So you're like, you could be, if you're taking a relationship to the next level, you're like starting a new cycle together. Or it could be that you're ready to move into a new situation. And it's a little bit scary because, hey, this is something I've never done before. It's like feel the fear and do it anyway. It's like it's exciting on the one hand, but it's scary at the same time. So I feel like there's potential for love, and there's potential for abundance, but you have to overcome some insecurities, or you might have to deal with some things within yourself that are blocking you. Maybe it's fear, even fear of intimacy. You have the Empress here. The Empress this is a great card for like success, creativity, motherhood, if you want to have a family, or maybe you're afraid of having a family. Like sometimes the Empress can represent a mother card, like you're wanting to have some kind of relationship that feels like home, that feels like you want to create a sense of home and family and security. But at the same time, you're afraid of it, or you're doubting it. Like, I don't know, maybe it's too late for me, or it's forever. It's other people. It's not for me. I don't know, because it's in your negative thinking sector. So you're not, either you're thinking it's not possible for you, it's too late, or you're not the type that could do family or kids. You feel like the ship has sailed, but that's not true, because you have the Empress. It's just your thinking about it that's making it that way. In your environment, I mean, there could be someone around you that really is very nurturing and very maternal. You could be in a relationship where the other person really takes care of you, or feels like family. So it's just your fears that are coming up I feel like there's a block based on fear of losing your independence, fear of getting, really bonding with somebody, fear that you don't have anything to offer, you're not good enough. I mean, all these things are coming up. But you've got all these great cards, so you need to conquer those fears. In your environment, there's the Ten of Pentacles. That's the Wealth card. You know, you got these two great tens. Ten of Pentacles is someone is there for you, that wants to be there for you, create a home and a family, maybe not even family, but just to have security, comfort, to know that someone's there for you. Someone has your back. Someone's providing for you financially, so you don't have to worry about money. Or like maybe your partner makes money, or is in a good place financially, and so you don't have to worry about paying the bills because you have support, you have financial, you're both like a team. Because this is a card of someone, he's got his arm around the person there. It's like he's saying to her, hey, I've got your back. You don't have to worry about where the next bill, about paying the bills, or about where your next meal is coming from. I've got money, I can support us, or I have money, we don't have to worry about money. There's abundance coming. I feel like there's abundance coming into your world through relationship, through partnership. You have the Four of Swords in your wish fulfillment sector, and that's a card of healing, taking time out to rest, to heal. So you might have been going through a time where you've needed to pull back and recharge. Maybe you're struggling with this devil issue, whatever that is, whether it's an addiction or some kind of issue that you need to work on. And so you've been not really socializing, but I feel like the Four of Swords is healing. It's a healing time. It's like kind of pulling back from connecting with people, but but it's not permanent. It means like you're coming to the end of that period, and you're going to start to get out there more. So you're coming out of that hermit mode, and it's time to like join the living again, come back out. And you have this King of Wands as an outcome. This could be someone you're dealing with. It could be a fire sign, a friend that you connect with, that who's a good leader, who gives good advice, someone who's a take charge kind of person, maybe a little bit bossy, but they really care. Maybe they're offering you something like a new start in some way, and it's going to get you out of your hermit mode, out of that feeling of isolation and possibly even depression. I feel like you're coming out of that, and you have an opportunity for a new beginning that's going to bring love and abundance. So don't let your fears hold you back. Don't let any insecurities stop you from having a new start. So let's see what the angel cards have to say for you. What message do you need to know from the angels? Okay, what does Aquarius need to hear from the angels? Intuition. Okay, trust your intuition and know that what seems logical may not necessarily be right. The answer to your question lies inside your heart. Endless possibilities exist for you. Stop trying to work it all out and feel your way through. We, your angels, will guide you. Trust your feelings. What feels right is right. So don't let your fear stand in the way of love. Okay, let's see what the astrology is what's going on with you. Okay, so yeah, you're having this full moon is happening in your house, your money houses. The second house. The moon is in the second house. The sun is in the 8th house. The second house, the moon is conjunct Neptune. So that can bring up, sometimes Neptune in the second house can drain your money. You might have been spending a lot of money lately and you're having to pull back and tighten up the belt. But Neptune in the moon is also very intuitive. So trust your intuition. You're trying to figure out ways to bring more security and money into your life. Your values around what you care about are changing. Now Mars is in your 5th house, so it's squaring this money, this full moon. So maybe you're wanting to do certain things, like the 5th house is the house of fun, recreation, creative self-expression. It's the house of children. Maybe you're wanting to do something that's creative, but you may be struggling with the money issue. Like, I don't have the money. I need supplies. Like, I don't have the money to buy these supplies. Or I'm going to need more money to do what I want to do. and I have to figure out a way to bring in more money. Or my kids are coming to me with money for money issues, and I have to try and juggle how I'm going to pay for all these bills, But something is coming to the surface with the full moon. You're seeing the truth about something. The full moon always brings illumination. It brings truth to the surface. So if something was hidden, if you couldn't see something, it allows you to see. And then when you see what the problem is, it allows you to figure out how to fix it. So now Neptune also in the second can mean you're making money through some type of creativity. Now that could be a good thing. It could be like music, art, dance, photography. With the moon and Neptune coming together, you're channeling creativity. You're very inspired. You're getting all these inspired ideas. So, and it could bring money to you. So if you feel like writing music or doing whatever you're feeling like doing that's creative, it could be a source of income. Uranus is trining the sun, or the sun is trining Uranus. The moon and Neptune are sextile Uranus in your fourth house. So there's a lot of changes going on in your home. You may even be thinking, I don't have a stable home to live in. Maybe you're moving. Maybe you can't afford where you're living, and you're thinking about moving somewhere else. But Uranus is trying to get you to find the right place. Like you're going to be, it could be, while Uranus is in the fourth house, you may move a lot. But eventually you're going to find the right place and settle down. But for now, Uranus wants you to be living in a place that really speaks to who you are. So if your current home is not right for you, it's going to create like this feeling of, I got to get out of here. I've got to move. I've got to do something different because this is not right. I'm not feeling comfortable here. And Mercury is in your 8th house in Libra, and it's trining Mars. No, Mercury's in your 9th house. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong chart. Okay, Mercury's in your 9th house, and it's trining Mars in the 5th. So there could be some communication coming from a distance. Maybe you are thinking about moving, and it may involve like a child, because the 5th house is children. It could also involve a creative project, like you may get a job offer where you're traveling, or you're doing something creative that necessitates travel, reaching out, doing something fun. So you may hear from someone that says, hey, I've got this project and it's really creative, but you have to move somewhere else. You have to, you can't live where you're living. So that you can be making a decision about where you want to live. And when Mercury retrogrades at this full moon, it's going to go back into Virgo in your 8th house. So that's going to bring up some issues where you may need to talk to someone about some of your fears. The 8th house is like the house of the shadow. It's also the house of other people's money, inheritance, bills. There may be some things that you have to tie up, loose ends financially. You have to pay off some debt. It could also bring news about, some kind of sudden income coming from another source, like a partner might be helping you out financially. But whatever it is, when Mercury retrogrades, you have to redo something. So you may go back to some contract that you signed in the past and renegotiate. Maybe you need more money, or whatever it was that you agreed to, you can no longer fulfill. You have to renegotiate it. So Mercury retrograde is a good time to redo something, to go back and tweak it to make it better. Right now, with Mercury in Libra, it's very you're trying to, it's kind of harmonious. Like you're trying to be diplomatic, you're trying to get along with everyone. It's good energy, but when Mercury goes back into Virgo, it's stronger in Virgo. And in the 8th house, it's a good time to talk about the things that bother you, or that, like your shadow, to face your shadow, to talk about it. So it's a good, like the 8th house is good for counseling and psychoanalysis, and to really get at, what is it that I need to communicate? What have I been not facing about? How do I feel about intimacy? Am I afraid to connect with someone on an intimate level? What can I do to heal that, to confront my shadow? You have Venus in the 8th. So Venus in the 8th is good because Venus in the 8th usually brings money, financial support. So if you've been struggling financially, I feel that Venus can help you out. There might be some like angel investor or somebody that's like a friend that can help you financially at this time. Jupiter's in your 3rd house. It's opposing Mercury. So one thing I would say, if you're planning on moving or doing any kind of long distance travel, you might be communicating with brothers and sisters. You might have this, Jupiter brings like expansive thinking and optimism. You want to be careful that you're not going over the top and not taking on more than you can handle, or not idealizing something, thinking like, oh yeah, this is going to be great. And then you jump into something, especially during the Mercury retrograde. You want to make sure, I would wait till the Mercury goes straight direct before committing to anything permanently, because things are changing. You're in like a state of flux. So just make sure that whatever you're committing to, whatever you're agreeing to, read all the fine print, especially if you're signing a contract, and especially if it involves any kind of money situation. You have Saturn in the 10th house, in the first house. So you've been struggling. Saturn in the first house is not easy. You may feel like really tired, or you may feel like every time you try to do something, you feel blocked. But what Saturn wants you to do is to take responsibility, to step up to the plate. You want to be taken seriously, and to do that, you may have to put in some work that, even though it feels hard right now, it's like a challenge, it's going to pay off in the end. So if you're struggling, don't give up on the goal or the dream. It's just kind of like growing pains. And when you're done with Saturn, or when Saturn is done with you, you're going to be stronger. It's like the old saying, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Saturn is your taskmaster. Saturn is your personal trainer. Saturn is like, the weights that you have to lift to build muscle. So Saturn is building muscle for you in your first house. It's giving you strength, discipline, learning how to deal with hardship, learning how to find solutions, learning how to make a commitment, possibly in relationship, and to do the work involved in that relationship. And Saturn is squaring Uranus in your 4th house. So there could be some home issues around home and family and early childhood that you need to break free from. Maybe some early childhood patterns, some patterns that were formed when you were growing up that you have to deal with now. It's time to look at the shadow and release any bad habits or any ways that you're like blocking yourself. You can do that now. Uranus wants to free you from that. So especially if you've been sacrificing a lot for home and family and not thinking about yourself, you have to take care of you too. So Uranus is like, you got to be free to be you. Maybe your family made you feel inadequate because maybe they were more conservative than you are, and you had to toe the line, or you couldn't be, your unique self. So you're learning how to do that, how to balance that, how to not let people dictate to how you should be, so that you could be your authentic self. Then we have the new moon in Libra, and this is a positive new moon because it's trining your sign, and it's coming in the 9th house. So you could be, now the 9th house is long distance travel, it's higher education, it's teaching, learning, communicating, like reaching a global audience. So you're starting something new with this new moon that could change your belief system even. Either you're sharing your wisdom, you could be traveling, whatever you're doing that's new, it's going to involve travel. So you might be moving to a distant location or communicating with people from a distance. Before, this new moon is going to hit Venus and Mercury at the end of Virgo, and it's going to trine Pluto, which is in your 12th house. So you have some healing to do. You can make some powerful changes just before and then have this new beginning. So I feel like you're going to go through some kind of psychological breakthrough where you're going to realize, how how you've been standing in your own way, how you've been sabotaging your life in some way, especially in love and especially in communication. We are in your thoughts, your thinking, and how you're communicating with loved ones. And then you have an opportunity for a new beginning. I feel like you have a new opportunity to connect with family and friends that you haven't dealt with in a long time, and have this a new cycle coming in. And again, Mars is going to be in Gemini. It's in the 5th house, so there could definitely be a love affair on the horizon. When Mars is in the 5th, it can bring romance. It can bring, an affair. Because the 5th house, and it could also bring creativity. Like, you might be more active. Maybe if you've been a hermit, in the hermit mode, not doing anything, not using your talents, you're going to have an opportunity to use your talents. And you're not afraid to do the work with Saturn in the 1st, because Mars is trining Saturn, so it's going to make you ambitious. Something's going to come out. Something is going to happen that's going to make you feel energized again. Like you're going to be doing something fun. It's like a new lease on life. And it could involve, in some cases, it could involve some type of creativity, that's going to also be, make you some money, bring money in. I feel like you could be involved in some creative project that you're going to really love, that's going to also be a source of income. And you're also going through some healing, psychological healing on a deep level, especially around love, relationships, and intimacy. That's going to be an issue this month too. And you have an opportunity to conquer those fears, to conquer those blocks, so that you can let this love come in. Because it's there for you. The only thing that's holding you back is fear. And some maybe early programming, like you've been programmed to fear certain things, and you need to work on that and see, where is that block? What's holding me back from being successful? What's holding me back from attracting love and financial abundance? Because it's there. You have this opportunity for a new beginning. So take it. Don't be afraid. Get at, what you need to get at. Heal what you need to heal. And come back to life. Wake up and come back to the living. And you're going to do great. And you have friends around you that care about you, that are going to help you through this, the difficult times. So don't hold back. Don't feel inadequate. Don't feel insecure. Embrace your talent. Embrace your ability to attract love. And you can have a brand new beginning. So that's my forecast for September, Aquarius. If you like the reading, click on the like button. If it resonated with you, leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on in your life. This is a general reading, so it may not apply to everyone, but if you want a private reading, you can click on the link in the description box. It will take you to my website, and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, click on that subscribe button, click on that like button. That's how you support the channel. It keeps me going. And I wouldn't be here without you, so I appreciate your support, and I read all your comments. So keep it up. And have a wonderful September, and I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.